Welcome to the show. My name is Michal Vajc and I will be your host today. This is the start of a new series called Urbano Stories, in which we will present Urbano users and examine the interesting work they do. In this show, we will be talking to Joanna Karczewska, a BIM infrastructure design engineer at SOMEX, Poland, and her presentation is entitled Network Modeling, a coincidence or a conscious decision? But before we start, just a reminder to like, share and subscribe to our channels. Also leave us a comment in chat if you have any questions. As mentioned, Joanna is a BIM infrastructure design engineer at SOMEX in Warsaw, Poland. She has more than 20 years of experience and has done lots of implementation, development, coordination and training around BIM. She also teaches Urbano classes at the Warsaw University of Technology. Joanna, welcome to the show and please start your presentation.
Hello everyone, my name is Joanna Karczewska. Today I will present you my way to BIM in the presentation Network Modeling, a coincidence or a conscious decision. Agenda, short intro about me and firm, our beginnings, why Urbano, changes in the company, changes in my work, what is next. I am a designer in SOMEX. SOMEX is a small company. The company employs 7 people, 3 of whom work in the BIM standard. We only design networks, water supply, sewage, gas, heating, and sewage pumping stations. SOMEX design primarily in Warsaw. In the company, I am a driving force of BIM. I am responsible for implementation, development, coordination, and training in the BIM. Thanks to over 20 years of professional experience, I was also a site manager and supervisor inspector. I can discover and use the potential of BIM. I can also point out its new path of possibilities. 8 years ago, we were looking for software to calculate rainwater drainage. Our first choice was Bentley. We tested the software and we not liked it because of difficult work with software, complicated data entry, no choice of language versions, high price. On Plus, they have great visualization of the network work. So we were still looking for something for us and we discovered Civil 3D and Urbano. Unfortunately, Civil 3D itself did not meet our expectations and we got a cooperation offer to co-design 2 metro stations in Warsaw in the Targówek district. Our task was to reconstruct heating networks. There was only one hitch. We had to do the project in Urbano. Fortunately, we have already worked on this software. We undertook this task. It was our first big test of work and co-work in the BIM environment. Fun fact, we are still modeling in BIM, but our partner is not. In our company, there is no obligation to work in BIM. Therefore, I personally chose what I wanted to do in Urbano. Sometimes, still at the beginning, I had three reasons for this. Projects of long networks, several networks in one area, necessity of variant solutions. Now I do all the projects, regardless of their size, in BIM. why we are still working in Urbano. The application is compatibility with the CAD environment, guaranteed BIM standard. The application is easy to learn and use. Additionally, the application developed by sanitary engineers for sanitary engineers. Model and calculations are in the one place in one file. The application meets the requirements of network administrators like printouts, and the technical service is amazing. Now we have better bargaining cards for participating in large infrastructure projects. The same team can design more and better at the same time compared to 2D design. For example, this is a cross-industry project for the reconstruction of Gagarina Street in Warsaw, along with the construction of a tram track and the construction of a sewage collector. In order to show the solutions to the collisions of the heating network that I designed, I additionally modeled other underground networks like water supply, gas, power, and technical network. In this video, the red pipes are mine design, green is a variant, the orange is network to disassembly. I especially focused on resolving the collisions in the area of the crossroads, where I showed two variants of the location of the heating chamber. Changes in the company to sum up, pros, changes in the organization of work. Design is faster. Design solutions are collision-free. We can make changes faster and generate a lot of different lists in any data configuration. Minuses, we are not making money on BIM yet. There are two main causes. The projects do not take into account the model's BIM price, and there are still no partners to cooperate in the BIM standard. Changes in my work. Network modeling is not just a new better tool. First of all, it is a change of mindset. The more I immerse myself in BIM, the more benefits I see. The biggest change in working in BIM is one place in design related to calculations and the possibility of dynamic modeling. I do concepts and the network calculations faster and easier, and the data is clear. For me, the important thing is that in one file I can do calculation variants for the same network layout. For example, scenario 1, sewage system, scenario 2, sewage and rainwater sewage system. I can show the calculation variants in the table with the division into colors and save it in Excel. The second big change is the export and import of the other systems designed by me or other designers, and the ability to automatically analyze systems in terms of collision-free. Collisions are automatically displayed on all profiles. Intersections can be viewed graphically in 2D or 3D view, and all intersection data can be viewed in tabular form and displayed in labels in plan and long sections. It is very easy to get a report with all the necessary intersection data and save it in Excel, for example. Thanks to a wide range of sorting and filtering criteria, the model allows for detailed analysis and correction of data. In addition, at the preview level, I can enter new values such as ground height, pipe coordinates, dimensions, renaming. The preview content can be pasted into Excel or a CAD table. I can print lists in any data configuration, broken down into branches, sections, profile from node to node, which is very useful for breaking down documentation into stages and creating lists at the various stages of the documentation preparation. Another utility that can be seen in modeling is the model allows faster and easier creation post-completion documentation. Based on the imported points data, for example from TXT file, I can quickly build a system. By drawing a 3D polyline over geodetic points that have specified coordinates and height, from which I can generate a profile or plan, all functions happen automatically. Thanks to this, I do not waste time tediously typing data. Another change in my work is analysis of pipe systems with parcels. Data on intersected parcels such as parcel number, length of pipeline within the parcel, and many others can be shown in data tables or in the long section table. Around the pipeline itself, it is possible to draw a buffer zone and perform overlay analysis between the parcel system and the buffer zone. In this way, it is possible to get all affected parcels and all data on these parcels, such as the area of the affected part and the percentage of the original parcel, which is very important information for determining the right of way and expropriation of land. The IFC standard is an open standard also for use in free browsers that allows me and other process participants to view the model and view the data contained in the model. I decide what data from my project will be shared. They can be basic data or all of them. The preview of the model significantly facilitates the visualization of the compaction of the designed underground networks and improves communication between participants of the investment process. This viewer also allows for basic measurements, layer filtering, data preview, so on. To sum up, this is an example of what my projects look like now. Red pipes, that is heating network, my project. The rest are the existing underground network that I modeled too. Despite the fact that the Urbano application is dedicated to modeling water supply and sewage networks, as you can see, you can also model other networks. A few years ago, I was at a crossroads. I have seen the future of BIM in installation, but I have not seen BIM in underground network. I was considering changing my job to be able to design in Revit, but I like designing underground networks the most, and I have the most professional experience in this field. That's why I undertook the mission of BIM education of my industry. My boss noticed and appreciated my efforts. Now I want to join others to BIM, especially young people, and I run Urbano classes at the Warsaw University of Technology. I show young people a different perspective of network design, implementation, and management than standard solution. What is next in our field? We were working on creating a map of the underground infrastructure of the city of Warsaw. For example, like Poznan, Barcelona, the map would be a BIM model. Such the model, the map, will be updated with current and planned changes. I hope that surveyors, investors, network administrators, designers, constructors, ordinary people will be very interested in accessing to the model and the data. I hope it will work. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for the great presentation. Before we go to questions, I would just like to remind you that you can get a free trial of Urbano software. It includes the full Urbano Ultimate version for up to 5 PCs, a free onboarding session, free training videos, and free tech support. Get in touch and start your free trial now. Okay, so Joanna, thank you very much for the great presentation. We are very lucky to have you do this presentation from personal experience. It is really an honor to be able to do this live stream. So I just want to say, please, if anybody has any question, you can write in the chat. You can, so any question to Joanna or maybe about Urbano software more general. So you can write in the chat, and we will try to respond live during this live stream. Also, if you are not so familiar with Urbano software, you might want to check out the information that we have on LinkedIn. So follow us there. Also, we have a YouTube channel. We have a GoToStage channel with some webinars, presentations, and of course our website is on screen, and our email, so you can of course write to us directly and ask us any question. And if you like what we do, please share, like, subscribe, and of course leave us a comment. It helps a lot. So we have one question. So for Joanna. So Joanna, may I ask which file format do you use to open the model in BIM Vision, DWG or IFC? So I hope Joanna can write the answer. Okay, so if you don't see, Joanna just wrote IFC. So you in Urbano you work on the DWG file, but so internally, but then you can export to IFC, and you can use then the IFC file with any compatible viewer. It can be Beam Vision, or like Joanna used, or it can be, you know, whatever, Navisworks, Revit, or any other software. Okay, is there any other question, perhaps? If you have anything to ask Joanna, please take advantage right now while she is live in this session. Okay, we just got another question again for Joanna. So, Joanna, I noticed many special structures in your model. Does Urbano have any tools to create these structures? So, this question is for Joanna, and I hope she will write in the chat. I will just say I'm not sure what you meant. Urbano has the possibility to create various structures. You know, you can change the structure catalogs. You can have structures with prefabricated concrete elements, so a little bit more complex. So I'm not sure what you meant by special structures, but you know, you can get in touch maybe with us directly and explain what you need, and then we could help perhaps. Okay. Next question is, hello, how did you get the information of other infrastructure pipes in IFC? So this I think I can answer in Joanna's name. So essentially, if you have other pipelines as polylines, or even as Joanna showed, it can be text files, so coordinates from text files. So you can then create polylines and or lines of polylines, and then you can convert to an Urbano system. So Urbano is specialized for water, sewage, gas, vacuum systems, but it does not stop you to make any kind of other pipe network system. So, you know, it can be electricity, it can be IT, it can be so any kind of dry network or other pipe infrastructure. And so once you import the pipe network, the pipeline into Urbano, then you can export it to IFC. So it doesn't Urbano is not picky in this sense. It doesn't care from what source you got into Urbano. You know, did you design it in Urbano, or import from shapefile, or import from a text file, or you know, convert polylines. Once it's in Urbano, you can export to IFC. Okay, and there is also another question. What level of accuracy are the wells and other infrastructure elements? Okay, so Joanna says, I will write to LinkedIn about this accuracy level of beam structures because I have to check it. Yes, it's okay. It's a very specific question, so let's we will let Joanna answer it in the chat when she finds the information. Okay. We have some new questions. So we have a comment which says beam is useless if it's used only by an individual within the company, and it's quite difficult to push other participants in the project to start using beam. That is the biggest challenge. Well, yes, perhaps, but you have to start from somewhere, and so it's, as Joanna, I think Joanna pointed this out as well, that there are not too many people that used this advanced beam design techniques, but it is increasing, and you can expect that more and more people will start to use it. So maybe adoption is a bit slow, but it is definitely going in the way of bigger adoption. And we can see this also from requests to our support about, you know, just about Urbano. So we know that it's going in this way. And then another question was, how can a non-standard shaft be presented modeled? Can Autodesk's Formit Pro be used? Now, as far as I know, so Urbano does not support Formit Pro. However, as I said, then there are various possibilities to use I don't know, I guess what you could call non-standard shafts or manholes in Urbano. So I would suggest that you get in touch with us directly and explain what you need, and then we can see if we can find a solution. Okay, so another comment. But please remember, BIM is not a particular 3D software tool. BIM is the procedure and tools to attach information to objects which other software can recognize. So exactly, of course, and you could see in Joanna's presentation. Actually, she was showing Urbano for some part, and then she was showing BIM Vision, and I think the last part was something completely different. I don't even know which software is. So of course, BIM is not a particular software, but the point is to connect different software to a workflow, and this is why a designer, if he wants to work in BIM, has to change his workflow and possibly change the software he she uses to have a better connection with the information that goes in and goes out from the design. And Urbano is for our part, and Joanna also stressed this. Urbano is just for pipes, just for infrastructure pipes. So everything else, maybe the terrain, maybe the road, any kind of buildings, and so on, of course, is not made in Urbano. But the whole point of Urbano is that it's rather simple to import various information, from GIS software or from other design software, do the design of the network, of the pipe network, and then export it again from Urbano. It's not just IFC. You can export to Navisworks also directly, or to LandXML, or to databases, or to other formats. So this is how Urbano fits into the BIM workflow. Because it's not only that it can do design and it can present data in 3D, but it can also very well exchange data with other software. Okay, so if at this moment there is no other direct question for Joanna, I would like to thank Joanna first, and then of course all of you who are watching live for attending this presentation and making this presentation happen. Thank you very much for watching it. Please share, like, and subscribe if you like this format. get in touch. You have the email and you have the website on screen. And of course, ask us any question on our contacts, or just write in the chat. This live stream will remain on our LinkedIn and YouTube channel, so you can of course write in the chat, and we will do our best to reply. Okay, so once again, thank you very much, and have a nice day. Goodbye.